Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Hope all is well and you enjoy these videos. If you like what I do, let me know by hitting the like button and leaving a comment below. If you know other people who might enjoy this content, go ahead and share on social media. And if you want to see more of these videos, subscribe and click the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I post. Thank you. Let's get on to the video. Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Knot Tying Knowledge for Life video from me on the Boys Will Be Men channel. My name is Red. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you like what we're doing here, or if you want to see more videos. You can also share on any of your social media. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So today, we're going back to basics. We're going to learn how to tie, in its simplest form, a knot. So this is also known as the overhand knot, but a lot of people will just call it a knot. This knot can be used at the end of the rope to create an area for grip. So if you were to climb, you could have grip there. It could be used to measure the speed of a boat. That's how they used to measure knots, is they'd run a rope out, and as the knots passed, they'd count them in the boat. Or you could tie one every 6 feet to figure out how deep the water is, and that would be a fathom. Alright, so now for the lesson on how we actually tie this. You start with an overhand loop, and you bring your running end up from the bottom and out. Or you could start with an underhand loop where you bring the running end under your standing end, and then just go from the top through the bottom. Same concept. Either way, you end up with an overhand knot. Now that knot is not very good. It's actually how they test fishing line though, because this knot weakens the strength of your rope by about half. So if it can survive that knot, then most other knots it'll be fine with. The only knot I can think of that doesn't really reduce the strength of your rope would be this square knot. And if you haven't seen that, you can watch my previous video on how to tie a square knot. But most knots will become a weak point in the rope. So knowing that your fishing line is tested for a certain weight with that knot in it, you should be fine with any knot as long as you don't go above that weight. So if you want a stopper knot that's not as bad on your rope, you can tie the figure 8 knot. So for that, we'll start with our overhand loop. Then we'll bring our running end behind the standing end and come up and go through the bottom of our loop. I'll tie that and see how it makes that little 8 shape. That is a figure 8 knot. Another thing you can do is wrap it around like that and pull it through. This just creates a larger surface area at the bottom, slightly larger, just to stop the knot from coming through. So a few more knots you can tie knowing this. Alright, so you make your overhand loop, and then instead of bringing your running end through, make a bite like that, and then bring that bite through the loop and tighten down on that. This creates a slip knot. So if I pull on the running end, you can see it adjust the size of my loop. If I adjust the loop, it adjusts the running end. Standing end is not affected. If we were to do this the other way, so if we were to make our loop and then on our standing end instead of our running end, we make a bite and then we put that bite through our loop. Now you see when we adjust the loop, it moves the standing end. When we move the standing end, it moves the loop. The running end did not get affected. That is the difference between a slip knot and a noose. So this is a simple noose where the standing end is the one that moves the loop. So now that we know how to tie the slip knot, we'll go back and tie that again. There's another stopper knot called the Oysterman's knot, where we just take the running end and put it through the loop we just created, and then when we tighten down, we have this mess, which is again just a bigger surface area to stop. Now I'm not sure if tying the noose first makes it a different kind of knot, or if maybe I told you wrong the first time, but the same concept. You can tie that simple noose and do the same thing with it, and it does basically the same thing, just creates a larger surface area for your stopping knot. If you want a longer knot for a stopper, one that looks a little nicer, you can also tie this. So you tie your normal overhand knot and then just wrap your running end one more time through the loop and pull that tight. So that's a double overhand knot, and it'll look like that when you're done. Or you can tie a triple overhand knot, which, let me untie this. This one looks a little bit better. You can either wrap your standing end and your running end, or you just take the running end and wrap it 2 more times. And then when you tighten that down, you have those 3. So that is a triple overhand knot. And that one's really good if you're trying to grab it, to get a grip or hold on to something. It works as a stopper as well, but I think that one's better for gripping. Alrighty. And if you want, you can even go over this, which isn't really anything special. It's kind of like that overhand knot, kind of like a square knot. It's not really anything, but it works the same. And I think that's kind of a poor way to end this, so I'm instead gonna leave you hanging and waiting on the next one, where we go over how to make a monkey's fist, which is a more decorative stopper knot. It's also used for heaving, so if you need to throw a line to someone or over something, it works really good for that. And I'll just get started right here so you can see. I'm going to need a longer rope. But make those 3 overhand loops, and that'll be the start to your monkey's fist, and we'll go over that in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.